Hello, and welcome to another video from the YouTube channel, From Religion to Agnostic. Welcome back, everyone. So by now we have been exposing this fairy tale called the Bible, and if many have been following the videos from Adam to now, then many would see not only are they guiding you down one certain path, Christianity or Judaism, and hey, if you don't agree with Christianity or Judaism's terms, then you can always have Islam. See where this is going. Either three are monotheistic religions, all serving the same supposed God, but in three different beliefs. Red flag should be popping up here. So Noah, we have. In the traditions of Abrahamic religions, Noah features as the 10th and last of the pre-flood patriarchs. His story appears in the Hebrew Bible, in the book of Genesis, chapters 5 through 9, and in the Quran. The Genesis flood narrative is among the best-known stories of the Bible. Noah is also portrayed as a tiller of the soil and as a drinker of wine. According to the Genesis account, Noah labored faithfully to build the ark at God's command, ultimately saving not only his own family, but mankind itself and all land animals, from extinction during the flood. Afterwards, God made a covenant with Noah and promised never again to destroy all the earth's creatures with a flood. The flood narrative is followed by the story of the curse of Ham. In addition to his appearance in the book of Genesis, Noah is mentioned in the Hebrew Bible in the first book of Chronicles, and the books of Tobit, Wisdom, Sirach, Isaiah, Ezekiel, 2 Esdras. For Maccabees, the New Testament references him in the Gospels of Matthew and Luke, and in the epistles, Epistle to the Hebrews, 1 Peter and 2 Peter. Noah became the subject of much elaboration in the literature of later Abrahamic religions, including the Quran, Surahs 71, 7, 11, 54, and 21. Okay, so pause for a second. I know, another rant, gee whiz, lol, but now let's stop and use our noggin/brain for a minute. The Jewish people are known for following traditions, i.e. Talmud, Mishnah, Zohar. Must I go on? The Christians didn't like the strict commands and statutes of the Jews, and at that time the Roman Empire needed to maintain control, and this is where Constantine and Piso and that whole mess came from, Roman Catholic Church. And then we have the people formed from the same Jewish sect, that made up their own traditions and called it Islam. This is actually Isaac's brother Ishmael. See where this is going? One sect believed in Muhammad as their Messiah, one believed in Jebus as their Messiah, and well, one still waits for their Messiah. Okay, so in my rant I may not have explained it clearly, as I am dyslexic and explain things backwards, so let's let the article explain better. Abrahamic religions. The Abrahamic religions, also referred to collectively as the world of Abrahamism, religions, are a group of religions that claim descent from the worship of the God of Abraham, an ancient Semitic religion of the Bronze Age Israelites, the direct predecessor of various ancient Israelite sects, including the remaining two extant Israelite religions of Judaism and Samaritanism, with all other Abrahamic religions descending from Judaism. The Abrahamic religions are monotheistic, with the term deriving from the patriarch Abraham, a major figure described in the Torah, Tanakh, Bible, and Quran, variously recognized by Jews, Samaritans, Christians, Muslims, and others. The three major Abrahamic religions trace their origins to the first two sons of Abraham. For Jews and Christians it is his second son Isaac, and for Muslims his elder son Ishmael. Abrahamic religions spread globally, through Christianity being adopted by the Roman Empire in the 4th century and Islam by the Umayyad Empire from the 7th century. Today the Abrahamic religions are one of the major divisions in comparative religion, along with Indian, Iranian, and East Asian religions. The major Abrahamic religions in chronological order of founding are Judaism, the source of the other two religions, in the 6th century BCE, Christianity in the 1st century CE, and Islam in the 7th century CE. Christianity, Islam, and Judaism are the Abrahamic religions with the greatest numbers of adherents. Abrahamic religions with fewer adherents include the Baha'i faith, Druzism, sometimes considered a school of Ismaili Islam, Samaritanism, and Rastafari. Okay, so let's look here. I want to point out in the first part of this it says, the Abrahamic religions, quote, religions, also referred to collectively as the world of Abrahamism, are a group of religions that claim descent from the worship of the God of Abraham, an ancient Semitic religion of the Bronze Age Israelites. Did you catch that? Also referred to collectively as the world of Abrahamism, are a group of religions that claim descent from the worship of the God of Abraham. Why stop at Abraham, why not go before him to the 12 patriarchs? Noah, Methuselah, Enoch. There is one mention of Enoch in the Bible, the rest is in a separate book and deemed partly Gnostic. But I ask the question, is it Gnostic or is it truth? After researching the genealogy of the first supposed patriarchs, I would say that we should look at it alongside the Bible. A lot of things start to match up, that they tell you as man's thoughts/traditions. And while most of this book is a fairy tale, ripped from other Near Eastern Mesopotamian religions, and edited by piecing many different sects' beliefs and traditions together and then redacted and re-edited through the years. Yet it is no more truer than the fairy tale of Shrek, one of my favorite movies, by the way. The second part of that says, are a group of religions that claim descent from the worship of the God of Abraham, again, are a group of religions, not one but many. Okay, so moving on. So how did we arrive at this many sects and all them beliefs rolled into one, giving you 2 separate creation accounts, 2 separate flood accounts, ECT, and so much more? This is how. According to the documentary hypothesis, the first 5 books of the Bible, Pentateuch/Torah, including Genesis, were collated during the 5th century BC from 4 main sources, which themselves date from no earlier than the 10th century BC. 2 of these, the Yahwist, composed in the 10th century BC, and the priestly source, from the late 7th century BC, make up the chapters of Genesis which concern Noah. The attempt by the 5th century editor to accommodate 2 independent and sometimes conflicting sources accounts for the confusion over such matters as how many of each animal Noah took, and how long the flood lasted. The Oxford Encyclopedia of the Books of the Bible notes that this story echoes parts of the Garden of Eden story. Noah is the first vintner, while Adam is the first farmer. Both have problems with their produce, both stories involve nakedness, and both involve a division between brothers leading to a curse. However, after the flood, the stories differ. Noah plants the vineyard and utters the curse, not God, so God is less involved. There is so much more here, so for the sake of time I will leave it up to you to research further. Let's move on. Next, for Noah, not only do we have what's in the Bible, but let's look at some other Jewish sources. The Jewish people have in practice Noach, parashah, Noah, the third word, and first distinctive word, of the parashah, is the second weekly Torah portion in the annual Jewish cycle of Torah reading. It constitutes Genesis 6:9 through Genesis 11:32. The parashah tells the stories of the flood in Noah's Ark, of Noah's subsequent drunkenness and cursing of Canaan, and of the Tower of Babel. The parashah has the most verses of any weekly Torah portion in the book of Genesis, but not the most letters or words. It is made up of 6,907 Hebrew letters, 1,861 Hebrew words, 153 verses, and 230 lines in a Torah scroll. In the book of Genesis, Parashah Miketz has the most letters, Parashah Vayera has the most words, and Parashah Vayishlach has an equal number of verses as Parashah Noach. Jews read it on the second Sabbath after Sinchat Torah, generally in October or early November. As you go further down the separate readings, you find in ancient parallels. The parashah has parallels in these ancient sources. Genesis chapters 6 through 8, tablet 11 of the Epoch of Gilgamesh, composed in Mesopotamia in the 14th to 11th centuries BCE, presents a parallel flood story to that in Parashah Noach. Professor John J. Collins of Yale Divinity School reported that the flood story that came to be part of the Epoch of Gilgamesh appears to have previously been an independent tale in Sumerian. Professor Gary Rensburg of Rutgers University notes these similarities and differences. As I said, there is so much more here, and I could go on for days with as much research as I have found in the last 10+ years. But you will learn nothing if I give it all to you. So seeing's how it will mean more to you to find this on your own. And more likely to believe it knowing you found it through your own research. P.S. I also left in the description box below sources where I found this, and also a page on the generations of Noah, for those interested in the lives of the 12 antediluvian patriarchs. This is a very good read. I leave you with this: happy researching, get to it. Have a great day, and be safe. If you enjoyed this video, please think about subscribing, as well as hitting the like and sharing would help out a lot. Thank you all, peace out, people.